doodads and all that sort of thing. Anyhow, so the Panthers right now moving out. We're going to have to see some sort of a concerted counterattack coming out of MatthewHazelwood if he wants to stay in this game. Man, look at the flamethrowers combined up here with the riflemen. Really, really powerful forces here. Never underestimate Vet 3 guys wielding Browning automatic rifles, though. That should be the definite lesson to take away here. Mortar team continuing to fire. Looks like maybe even firing away there. And man, look at that howitzer. You can already tell just coming in from across the long bomb shot there. I love just looking at these dirt plumes. That's got to be one of my favorite things about the explosions of this game. Even calling in some off-map artillery here. We've got the howitzer shots coming in. Once again, look at this. Oh, man, I might even just turn off the taskbar here and just appreciate this here for the time being. Just look at these huge dirt plumes going off everywhere. Oh, man. Very, very realistic looking. I always do this. I'm renowned for just sitting here and staring at dirt plumes, but I just think it's important to appreciate not only the gameplay, not only the players, but also just the artistry and the actual game itself. Sometimes it's nice to sit down and just appreciate the effects as they go off. So, big shout out to the gentleman who programmed those those dirt plumes again. I do that every now and then. Fantastic job there. We see an armored car in the field right now. That can only mean that we've had yet another off-map reinforcements coming in. Anti-tank gun as well, so he got a pretty lucky one there. Armored car, not going to be too much use. You can see he's not even upgrading the armored skirts on or anything right now. But, you know, it could poke around. It could do some damage to guys out on the fringes and whatnot. The rifleman now moving in. Vet 3 again, standing up against the Ostwind. I mean, Ostwind is like your seriously best anti-tank thing. Unfortunately, you can see when the riflemen are kind of scooting up like that, they're kind of staggering, running forward. It's because they're trying to throw a sticky bomb. Usually it's because they're trying to throw a sticky bomb, and the thing they're throwing it at is moving away from them at the same rate they're moving up to it. Whenever that happens, you kind of have to click way past the unit. Oh, man! Was that a howitzer shot? Yes, it was. Big howitzer shots just landing on the ground here, just kind of wrecking some scenery, doing some damage to a parked truck, I believe, with some fuel stored on it. Not a bad idea to try and make a called shot. You can see this poor little M8 Greyhound trying his best to get away. Oh, no, he's got a big chunk of concrete stuck in him right there. Oh, God, Greyhound, you run away, sir. This is not the battle for you to be in. You can see that guy is trying his best to do an Indiana Jones-style exit, and I think he's going to make it out of there on time. Not sure what was up with the broken chunk of terrain sticking into him, though. There was obviously remnants of a bunker there. And now we have, yet again, just constant fighting. Notice the fact that these guys are constantly wave after wave, keeping the pressure on each other. Even though NuclearSensei definitely got an edge at that point in the game and finally turned the tables, it still is not over. I mean, there's a lot of things right now that MatthewHazelwood can do in order to stay in the game. He definitely has the troops on the field in order to handle it, but man, he needs to outplay NuclearSensei at some point. You can see NuclearSensei not concentrating his troops anywhere in particular. He's spreading his troops out, even keeping his Greyhound armored car over here, just in case it happens to be able to shoot at some Pioneers or some random unit that happens to come on that side of the field. I guess he's sitting at home right now to get repaired. But man, continuing to make the tanks right now. The Panther coming out here. The Panther should be a lot better than it actually is. He definitely doesn't want to go for like machine guns or anything like that. The howitzer would wreck that sort of thing. So he needs to kind of stay with his armored support at this point in the game. And honestly, the Ostwinds should be the right move. Honestly, there's just too much good micro coming out of NuclearSensei. And man, look at him just pounding the center of the map right now. He's just trying to punish all of these slow-moving tanks whenever he can. The Ranger's doing a good job, just kind of giving some forward spotting here. Howitzer shot is 150. He could survive, or he could, you know, fire another one of those out there. Man, this poor wrecked train is just getting wrecked right now. And now the infantry, the Vet 3 riflemen, moving in yet again, coming in, throwing their sticky bombs on top of that Panther right now. Panther getting a damaged engine. That's the last thing you want to see. Unfortunately, though, there was just a howitzer shot there. I don't know. This was that anti-tank gun that was called in there from the off-map support. I'm not sure at what point that thing was destroyed, but unfortunately, it is now dead. But we can see that these riflemen here are just trying to pour all the fire they can. These guys are fresh recruits, though. They have no veterancy, but still pouring fire into the Grenadiers right now, doing as much damage as they can. But finally, that cap, right as Matthew manages to cap the center point, it looks like the Rangers from NuclearSensei have no problem capturing the left-hand side, denying the fuel. Again, there's just so much fuel on this map here. You can see that he has no problem just supporting these late-game huge fueled armies. Taking a look more towards the center again, we see sticky bombs and a massive, massive infantry flank coming in right now from NuclearSensei, just charging in the middle right now. Again, it seems counterintuitive in these situations to think of infantry as being this effective, but if they can sticky bomb up and really weaken these troops, because of the fact that the Panthers are so ineffective against infantry, if they can sticky bomb them up and get them immobilized, like right now a damaged engine, that's just begging for a howitzer shot. And we may even see a howitzer shot yet here. Taking a look down here to see, yes, they are firing right now, and where is it landing? Yes, he's taking shots at all of these gentlemen here, but it looks like he's just going to spread out. You can always imagine that the howitzer shots, as soon as you see the first shot, you can pretty much predict where the entire batch of them is going to go. They are random within a field of fire, but still, that thing does have nearly infinite range. Looking more towards the center, we can see that yet again, using perfect cover. Check these guys out, throwing the sticky bomb over the wrecked train while hanging back. Unfortunately, whoa, look at that gentleman getting launched up in the air right now. But damaged engines all over the place. Really hard. He's just, you know, the infantry just have such a good job. They just do such a good job at nickeling and diming away at this armor. The armor really has a hard time getting a foothold in any way, shape, or form. Over here on the right-hand side, we can see Grenadiers moving out to cap this victory point. It is currently 2-0 right now, 163 points for NuclearSensei. Oh, God, Vet 3 Rifleman, you are being way too bold here. You can see him just trying to buy some time, putting sticky bombs on anything you can find within reach. And at the same time, we do have these Rangers here just picking up Browning automatic rifles. Unfortunately, oh, no, the Rangers get jibbed right there as a double fire from the Panzer or from the Panther right there. Look at this Panther, man. For Christ's sake, look at this thing. It does have 27 kills right now on infantry. And again, that has a 2 effectiveness against infantry. That Panther has been sitting around all game, destroying lots of little gentlemen and whatnot. So the score is currently tied. 73 points remaining in the bank for Matthew. He's going to have to keep holding in there. We can see that NuclearSensei continuing to put pressure in the middle. And oh my God, I don't want to sound like a broken record here, but again, the biggest mistake that Matthew has made this game is not investing in veterancy. At this point in the game, he should have just vetted up his tanks, go Vet 3 tanks, and storm the place right now with a bunch of Vet 3 Panthers and Panzers and Austrians and things like that. But the Vet 3 Riflemen are just destroying the remnants of whatever kinds of Grenadiers were out there. Those Grenadiers are just going to be worthless at this point in the game. I mean, look at it. He's got 3 Vet 3 and 1 Vet 2. I'm going to take a look right now at Matthew's point of view. Let's see if we can learn anything else about his build for the time being here. You can see plenty of armor, double snipers even. Not a bad idea, but you can see that the infantry are just going to call his bluff on it and charge out there. We can see a little bit of this registered artillery being used over here on the right just to try and make sure he can defend that victory point. Obviously scaring away a rifleman squad in the middle of all that. And it looks like, do I have... Oh, God, I bugged myself out on the howitzer, unfortunately. I clicked on the howitzer and changed points of view. So, oh, well, now we're going to have this giant dotted line for the rest of the game. But that's fine. We are nearing the conclusion of this game, I believe. Taking a look over here on the left, we can see that it looks like all these riflemen are charging in right now. Continuing to put pressure. And just look at Mr. Poor MatthewHazelwood has just been relegated to a position of obscurity right now with his tanks. Unfortunately, there's just not much he can do. His tanks are just kind of hiding away, practically cowering from Vet 3 Riflemen who are coming up here threatening him so well. The howitzer is very well going to call in. Yes, we have some off-map artillery coming in right now. And, oh, God, what is he going to get? Unfortunately, he could also very easily take out these retreating Pioneers here. Pioneers look like they're going to be able to get out of there. Whoa, taking a little bit of damage there. More shots coming in. I think he was able to scooch forward just far enough. Oh, no, it looks like taking out that one gentleman right there, however. And the sniper even maybe taking a little bit of damage here. But again, forcing MatthewHazelwood to take armor losses on his side of the battlefield. Definitely very effective. I have no idea what this armored car is doing right now. Maybe trying to flank or something. There are definitely some wounded tanks here, but oh, I think he could very well even have just been trying to get rid of his population cap. He might have had some population issues with that. But right now, 2 victory points to 0. 55 points remaining for MatthewHazelwood. He needs to spread out right now. His infantry is decimated. His tanks are wounded and broken. And unfortunately, tanks cannot capture points. That's one of the biggest problems he's going to have here. He's going to be stuck, damaged engine, wounded Panther, still wounded Panzer back here as well. And now we've got the M10 coming out as well. So that could very well have just come from the off-map reinforcements. This guy, now that everything is nice and weak, he could be very effective. The most effective thing you can do with the M10 tank destroyers is just to outflank and outmaneuver. Greyhound mines coming out of this little Greyhound here, hoping, oh, and he immobilizes the Panther. Unfortunately, he blows himself up there. That often happens when you drop a mine that close. But it looks like, no, out of control anti-tank up at the sticky bomb going off of the Panther. And the Panther is going to go down. Yes, he is. Panther goes down. M10 goes down. Out of control everywhere. This poor M8 Greyhound as well, being completely wrecked. This Panzer IV just continuing to just try his best to fight right now. You can see he spread out all of his troops. He managed to capture the left-hand side. He's capturing the middle, and way over here on the right-hand side as well, barricading everything off right now with barbed wire as well. We've got the Howitzer. Howitzer is going to do its best to try and defend this area. Perhaps he's going to wreck some of this barbed wire. I believe that is the case. I want to see, is this Howitzer going to hit anybody here? Oh, just kind of whiffing. Howitzer, unfortunately, at that far range. A little bit random here. Come on, Howitzer, taking some shots. Oh, again, just kind of doing some barbed wire damage here, but it looks like, yes, they were able to take control over that point. So that point is going to go back, but unfortunately, that last shot right there blew apart all of that barbed wire. So it is 2-0 right now in favor of Matthew, who's just hanging on at 42 points right now. We're taking a look around here. We can see mortar team from NuclearSensei, obviously from the off-map reinforcements. Off-map combat group. You know, I like to use everything as random combinations of Company of Heroes Online names and abilities from other games. You know, whatever, man. We do have a bunker right now being set up with an MG42. This is a great late-game tactic. Gives you really good control over the center. It's going to make it hard for infantry to cap this stuff, but unfortunately, just look at the amount of infantry that NuclearSensei has on the field right now. He's just doing so much damage. Oh my god, damaging the engines. Tons and tons and tons of infantry out there right now, and oh man, the MG42 is out there defending that point. Doesn't matter, NuclearSensei was able to regain control over the center while that was going on, and using the damaged barbed wire over on the right-hand side, he's even going to cap this right-hand point right now. Matthew is down to 34 points right now. He's just bleeding out right now. NuclearSensei is totally in control of the center of the map right now. We can see we got the Pioneers trying their best to decap this point right now, but unfortunately, he needs to get his troops out to the other side of the map. He needs anything over on the right-hand side, or the left-hand side will do it. Desperately sending out a squad of Grenadiers out there. You can see howitzer shots coming in right now, obviously trying to take some pot shots at this bunker in the center right now. Oh, and just wrecking the victory point as well, taking care of anybody trying to capture that point. That's looking fantastic. We can see again that these Vet 3 riflemen, 28 kills for these gentlemen, just sat there and mowed down those poor unupgraded Grenadiers. On the left-hand side of the map, we can see that the Pioneers are trying for that victory point, but it doesn't matter. NuclearSensei is going to be able to gain control of the center of the map right now. Even the MG42 fire is not going to stop him. He's got pretty good cover there. 6 points remaining. Oh, God, Matthew needs to capture a victory point. He's going to capture the left-hand side, but it's going to be too late to do anything else. 2-1. Oh my god, and the playback is over. So it looks like he went ahead and quit out of this game. So congratulations to NuclearSensei. Again, he had one of my favorite games in Company of Heroes Online of all time. So for those of you who stuck it out long enough to watch this entire long cast, congratulations. Thank you very much. If you enjoyed this, please feel free to leave some comments in the description of this video, or stop by my discussion thread, or follow me on Twitter. Or if you love this sort of thing in general and you love hearing me talk so long that I get dizzy and run out of breath, feel free to subscribe to my channel in general, because I will be covering more Company of Heroes. So once again, I'm Harlequin. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll talk to you next time.